Welcome Strategy Battle Gamers to another GBHL YouTube video. Your host GBHL Damian, and this is my hobby vlog number 8, I believe. As I feared a couple of weeks ago, I didn't get a chance to do one last week due to all the Mansfield tournament and stuff going on about that, so apologies for that. But this week I haven't had the most productive week painting wise, but I've done a few bits and bobs, so I've got something to show you at least. So as is becoming norm for this, it's Monday evening, it's 8:43. And with any luck, you'll actually see this this evening. So it's kind of fun doing these things almost live, I guess. But what have I been working on? Well, in a devastatingly surprising twist, it's houses and dwarfs. So first up, I had this, my third little foreground house. This was the last of the small ones, which are forming my kind of Bree / Lake Town-esque little town. Very, very snazzy, very nice. Liked it. Obviously, like the others, this one had a slightly bigger chimney than the others, which is cool. And like the others, the roof comes off, so we can have a little peek inside and see that the door, as always, hinges and opens in and out, which is pretty cool. And you can see the kind of interior detail in there and the little window frames. Very, very cool. And that's how the kind of inside of the roof looks. So that isn't kind of detailed inside, but you can hopefully see the kind of 3D nature of that the white is actually reset into the kind of behind the frames. It's really very, very cool. They go together really, really nicely. So that was the last of the small houses, which are called in the range there the back street houses, and then you get the high street houses, and I'm pleased to say I've done one of them, the first one, and so I present this little beauty. Oh yes, that looks pretty damn awesome, I think. Give you some idea, put the other one next to it. So these are kind of 2-story houses, and this is so cool. I'm really, really happy with this. The shape of it is just awesome. Coming on there. Looks really, really cool. And just like the others, it's multi-level, so the roof lifts off, revealing the first floor. Looks like that, which is pretty cool. And the first floor lifts off, revealing the ground floor, which is very, very cool. This little ladder is designed to, let's put that back on. The ladder pops in there, so that's how you kind of move from floor to floor like that, which is really, really, really cool. Bring it out, and this is the ground floor with, as normal, hinge and door. And a nice extra little touch, which is, let's see if I can get this over from this angle. It's hard with one hand. A little trapdoor to the cellar, which is kind of cool. The trapdoors, these are in some of the Dead Man's Hand scenery as well. The trapdoors are really hard, really fiddly to assemble, but it's so hard to make sure you don't accidentally glue it shut. But it's very, very cool, and I'm really, really happy with this one. It's just, again, particularly assembling this piece, the first floor, it was amazing to see how the buildings go together. If you imagine this comes flat pack, and just the way the first wall, which is the brown part here, is then you assemble that, and then you glue on this brown outer framework, and then you glue the white bits in the gaps all over here. And then the way these kind of almost eaves were created, just fantastic, to the point where hopefully you can see inside there is detailed on like the underside of the eaves. You get these lovely little embellished parts of the house, which just look really, really cool. Again, all held together with PVA. Like I said last week, I'm still assembling them with PVA because I've so far maintained my 100% record of making a mistake on one of these houses, and so I'm not willing to use super glue just yet, but they are so cool. This one was quite enjoyable to assemble. I was sat watching the fairly disastrous start of the tennis yesterday with Murray at the O2, and it took me about, I think this one took about 3.5 hours all in to assemble the whole thing. And you can just about assemble it all together with PVA without leaving too long gaps of drying or anything. You can, if you after a bit of time, after you've done a couple, you can figure out which bits to do first. So you actually assemble the door first, so that kind of dries, so that when you put the door in the frame, that's all ready to go and things like that. But I think this just looks absolutely brilliant. Really like it. There's a couple of extra bits which is interesting. Let's pop back here, which were these 4 little slats. See these 4 little bits? 4 little triangular pieces. And these are, in the words of the instructions, optional upper story locator, which is a bit confusing. And what this seems to be, that is that floor there, upside down. So that is that I'm looking at there. And so what it seems to be is that you put those 4 triangular pieces in those grooves there. Yeah, as you go around. And what that would seem to do then is potentially lift the floor up a bit. Because at the moment, see this kind of sinks down a bit, I suppose, as it fits on top. So maybe it would lift that up so the floor's a bit higher. But I don't think I'm going to put them on. I might hang on to them in case the suddenly realises what they are, but I don't really see a need for them personally. So that slots in there, and that is my 4th house. So very, very pleased with this. I think it looks really, really cool. And that's 4 out of the 5 I bought assembled. But I have asked my loving wife and various family members for the lakeside dwellings. There's another 3 that I do for my birthday, which is tomorrow. Hooray, happy birthday. So I might be getting, with any luck, another 3 of these little beauties to assemble, which will make quite an impressive looking town, which will be quite cool. So yeah, I've assembled another 2 houses, which is pretty cool. And of course I have managed to find a bit of time to do some painting. And someone said a couple of weeks ago, don't backbench Thor, and I'm afraid I did, because I carried on with Balin. So let's see if we can have a look at him. Yeah, he is. So that's Balin. I've done a few bits. I've started working him up. He's not finished by any means, but you hopefully get the idea. Where has he gone? Come on. Come on. There we go. So I think his face is done. His eyes are finished. I'm pretty pleased with how that looks. And I've started just work on some of his clothes and a bit of work on the axe and the boots and stuff. And he's alright. He's not actually as much fun to paint as I thought he would be. But he's getting there. We're getting the job done. And so definitely needs a few more hours work on him just to keep going with those highlights. But he's what I've been working on, so he's the next model. And then Thor will be after that, I promise. Probably. Almost. Certainly. But probably not. Who knows. But yeah. So that is my Balin. And that is what I've been working on this week. A couple of houses and some highlights on Balin. That's it. As I said, it is my birthday this week, and I again fear for the amount of hobbying I'm going to get done. I've got a few bits and bobs planned over the next week and for the weekend, which means I don't think I'm going to get much hobbying time. But with a little bit of luck, I might be able to get Balin finished. But if not, I will see you in about 2 weeks. As ever, don't forget to comment, like, share and subscribe, support your hobby, and happy strategy battle gaming.